When you're stressed, do you feel physical symptoms in your body? Do you feel tightness in your chest, constriction of your vocal cords, headaches, stomach aches, and a plethora of other uncomfortable sensations throughout your body? You're not alone in this, and this was my reality for about 10 years after I was involved in a traumatic accident, and I didn't understand what I was experiencing or how to control it. It felt completely beyond my control. But what I have learned over these last several years is that that my nervous system was completely dysregulated. And by regulating my vagus nerve, I do have the power to control these symptoms and to find a peaceful and content feeling in my body again. And so do you. And so I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 tips for regulating your nervous system so that it alleviates these uncomfortable symptoms that you experience in your body. And I have a free PDF guide for this that you can get. You can just click the link in my description box below. So my first tip is for when you need really fast relief, like you are having extreme discomfort. It almost feels like you're about to have a panic attack, or maybe you are having a panic attack. So the quickest way to reset your nervous system when this is happening is actually cold exposure. Now, this does not have to be a cold plunge or a cold shower. Applying cold to your face is the most effective way to do this, so that can be cold water, but applying it to the face activates the mammalian dive reflex, which is going to slow your heart rate down and just make you feel more calm and peaceful. But if you're not in a position where you can, apply it to your face, also just holding something cold in your hands or applying something cold to the back of your neck is also very helpful. So if you know that you're someone who's prone to anxiety attacks, or if it's not even anxiety attacks, it's just extreme discomfort that you feel in your body, say before you're about to give a presentation or something, you can have a chilled object, such as like even a soda can or a water bottle that's cold, and you can hold that in your hands before speaking, or even apply that to the back of your neck. I found that applying the cold to the back of my neck is a much quicker way to reset my nervous system but holding it in your hands is helpful. It just might take a little bit longer. But it is still helpful. So I would say that's my top recommendation for when you need a really quick nervous system reset. When it comes to what you can do every day to get your nervous system in a more aligned and regulated state. So I know a lot of people turn away when they hear meditation because maybe they have tried it and haven't had a great experience with it, or they feel like they just can't do it for some reason. So this is a more active form of meditation. In this technique, you are focusing on your breathing, but you're placing your awareness on your heart center. So basically you want to, it's helpful to put your hands on your heart and focus on your breathing, and then you're going to cultivate a feeling of gratitude. So you're going to think of something that you're grateful for, something you appreciate, and you're just going to focus on that while also focusing on your heart and your breathing. And even just practicing this for 30 seconds to 1 minute a day, you'll be surprised at the changes that you start to see in your nervous system and in your body, just feeling more regulated. So the third technique is extended exhalations. So I know that when I was experiencing panic attacks very frequently, the box breathing method and all these other methods where you have to count very specific numbers, like you breathe in 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, breathe out 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds. That was not super helpful to me when I was experiencing panic attacks regularly. It would almost feel restrictive to my breathing when I would try to do it like that. So I'm going to offer you a couple of other options that you can do that I personally found more helpful. So one, extended exhalations. And in a study, it was shown that there wasn't really a significant difference between a 1-to-2 ratio or a 1-to-3 ratio. So you could breathe in for 4 seconds and breathe out 8 seconds, or you can breathe in 4 seconds, breathe out 12 seconds. So the point is that it doesn't have to be an exact number. So you can just do it intuitively. If that's personally what I prefer. I don't really like the counting. It actually kind of makes my anxiety worse. For me, I kind of just like to breathe in at a rate that's comfortable and then breathe out slowly. And I just know that I can feel that it's a longer breathing out than breathing in. But if you're someone that likes structure more and you want to have a specific number and it helps you, then you can breathe in for 4 counts and breathe out for 8 counts. And then there is one more breathing technique that is helpful, and that is that you're going to breathe in as much as you can until your lungs are full, right? But to where it's still comfortable. You should feel comfortable throughout this. So you're going to breathe in through your nose as much as you can until you feel like, you're sort of comfortably at your capacity. And then you're going to hold it for a period of time where it feels at your capacity, but this should not be uncomfortable in any way. It should just be holding it, and there's no specific time here. You just hold it for a period of time until you feel like it's time to breathe out, and then you're going to breathe out slowly through your mouth. There's one more option, is that you can actually, instead of breathing out slowly through your mouth, you can just let it all out quickly. Which one will be helpful to you is kind of subjective, because everyone's nervous system is different. We all have different experiences, different life experiences that have shaped our nervous system. So what I'd like you to do is keep a journal for this specific purpose and write down these techniques when you try them and how you feel in your body before and after, because a lot of times we don't even realize that we're carrying around so much tension and stress. Like, we're just so used to how we feel. A lot of people are completely disconnected from their bodies, and they don't even realize that they're like experiencing these physiological stress symptoms because they're very disconnected from their body. And so just observing, like being able to label how you feel in your body and then labeling that before and after these practices, and then you can see which ones work best for you specifically, because these practices I've given you, they have been supported by research. However, when it comes to your nervous system, the most important thing is how it feels to you, how it feels in your body. Because like I said, we all have individual life experiences that have shaped our nervous system. And so this is a very personalized thing. So I hope that this was helpful. Again, if you want the free PDF guide, that is linked in the description box below, where I have even more techniques and helpful practices for you.